3, 2, 1. Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode.
Yay. Here comes the monsters.
Anyway, back on track. Today, considering we're like these big podcasters now.
Wouldn't say big, hardly.
We're gonna talk about some podcast drama that's going on in the world. Yeah.
So, I don't even know their names, to be honest with you.
Chloe. I just combined their names.
Chloe and Emma, yes. So, these two girls.
We're talking about...
It was Unbothered.
No, it's Unbothered now.
Now, and it was Unhinged.
We're talking about the Unhinged podcast, to clarify.
I kept confusing myself last night about it. Wait,
yeah.
Is it?
You know, it was Unhinged. I can't even talk. Unhinged, now it's Unbothered.
So, they started Unhinged together. They didn't...
Like, here's the thing that really throws me off, like, starting from the beginning.
They didn't really know each other?
If you're not really friends, I'm sorry if I didn't know you and we had to sit here every week and talk about something, like, I would feel so awkward.
The thing that the way how they did it was because they rented studio space. They would do 10 episodes...
in each, like, I think it's LA and New York. I think it was.
Well, in the beginning, they were both in New York, and then Chloe moved to LA. So then they rent their studio space, they would take turns flying
10
back.
episodes in one day? We can barely get through one.
I know. We might have to do that, though, Harley.
Yeah, I know.
We probably should break the news.
I was thinking maybe we'll just do a whole episode on it.
You'll find out sooner than later. But they would... So basically, they started this podcast. They barely even knew each other.
Yeah.
Okay? They split everything 50-50, basically.
Yeah.
Basically. Like, Emma ran the Instagram, the Gmail, and the Spotify.
Yeah.
And she ran the TikTok and, like, all the other stuff.
Yeah.
When it came to editing, they were 50-50 all the time. Yeah. Like, everything like that. Well, basically, Chloe was, see you next Tuesday in my mind.
Yeah.
Because Emma... So they started the podcast in 2023.
Yeah.
Around September, kind of, Emma was kind of just like, this is really fucking up my mental health.
Because apparently they never even, like, got close. Like, you would think if you're with somebody and recording 10 episodes at a time, like, you would become close with that person.
Exactly. And
like, I don't even know how she did it for that long.
Me neither. So, she, like, was like, this is just, I don't know, like, going back and forth. And they both kind of were going back and forth, like, to end it because, like, it just wasn't working out, really, for the both of them. The podcast popped off, obviously. Like, they were bringing, between brand deals and everything like that, views, everything like that, they were bringing home each around $20,000 a month. That's insane.
What are we doing wrong?
I don't know. But I wish I could just...
if I could just sit in a chair all day and talk,
and that'd be my income, I'd be content.
I'd be like the happiest person to ever walk this earth.
Literally. Well, anyway, January 1st comes around, or December 31st, Emma sends Chloe an email saying basically how she doesn't want to finish this.
Yeah, like, let's figure out a way.
How to dissolve the podcast, all this stuff, yada, yada. January, she agrees, she answers that email, I think. I don't know. Then she sends her another email, they texted about it. Then on January 3rd, Emma sent an email basically saying, listen, this is like my end, yada, yada. Never heard anything back from her. Sent her another email on January 7th, and that's when the LA fires started.
But she sent it before the fires. Yes. And, like, Chloe, like, kind of used the fires as when she eventually answered a bunch of days later, used the fires as an excuse. Which, I'm sorry, okay, yes. I really feel like she never had any intention on answering. No. But that the fires gave her an excuse to not answer.
Yeah, agreed. And so, Emma went and she started grinding out her own podcast. Like, she said she did it in about 10 days. 9 or 10 days. Like, branding, picking the color schemes for everything, like, all that stuff she started doing.
I don't know if it was, I listened to it last night, and I can't remember if it was, like, before or after when, like, Chloe, they both agreed to not, like, post on the Unhinged page. But then Chloe ended up posting about, like, because an episode or something was supposed to drop that week, and it didn't.
Emma sent, like, what should be posted on the Instagram.
Yeah, but she ended up not posting anything on the Unhinged, but posted on her personal.
Yeah.
And then Chloe went and said something about the fires when it really had nothing. I mean, who knows? It may have, but she never said that. And just went and posted something on it when nobody was supposed to be active on it.
If you go on Emma's Instagram, she literally has every single receipt of email that she sent. Like, I went and looked, and I was like, oh my God. So, whatever. Emma then, it's like 10 days later, she, like, sends another email, like, yada yada. Like, this is the episode supposed to post. Like, maybe we should post on the Instagram. Like, and I think we shouldn't be posting on our, like, the TikTok promoting yourself. Well, like, we've never done that before.
Yeah, and because technically, they both did together. Like, the same thing with this. Like, we decided to do this together.
I mean, you'd get the podcast, because I don't really do much besides sit and talk.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, I couldn't do it without you.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be sitting here talking by myself because I wouldn't know what to say.
Yeah.
But, like, this is a partnership.
Yeah. Like, we don't make money, but, like, if we did make money, it'd be a partnership. Like, I said, I think I'm done with this. Like, if you want to continue, like, you have to go make your own platform, basically.
Yeah, you're not going to take everything we've done together, because the followers and subscribers and everything else we have gotten has been here because of the both of us.
Yeah, and that's where Emma's getting at. Like, Emma's like, you can't do that. Like, it's not ethical. Like, it's not logical. Like, we're in a partnership. Now that's going on. But anyway, so I feel like we're missing. So
is this when
Emma
went to a lawyer?
So she first went to a lawyer, and the lawyer said to email her and let her know she changed the passwords, and that if she would like the passwords back,
she'll give them to you if you answer me.
And it was in an email and everything.
Yeah, I think the lawyer said the only way for it to be legal was to have in writing that you were offering up the passwords.
Yes, and it was only like 2 passwords of everything.
Yeah, I think it was the TikTok and the Instagram. I think that was it.
Yes. So she woke up one morning and she just didn't, like, she was...
How did she do that?
I don't know, because I'm, like, confused.
Because doesn't it log you, like, if you change your password, I'm pretty sure it's, like, it sends you, like, it logs everybody out that's logged into it.
Yeah. So...
Unless you have to manually do it.
I don't know.
And
she might have... I genuinely have no clue.
I honestly think this was her motive all along.
Yeah, me too.
She seems, I don't know her, I don't really know anything about her, but just from the story, it seems like she was just fame hungry and money hungry, and this was her plan, hoping that it would pop off like it did, and then just take it off herself.
Agreed. So...
Because she could have easily answered any one of the multiple emails to work something out.
So she still hasn't answered at all. Okay, still hasn't answered Emma's email. She emailed her, nothing. I'm going to actually bring up the emails. Receipts, okay. On January 3rd, I'll read the emails and we'll start from, like, the emails. January 3rd, she said, Chloe, I've written and rewritten this email multiple times, but truthfully I'm exhausted by the broken record I have been for the past year and a half, so here are the facts. Despite the 50 times I've asked you to respect my time and the fact that I'm on the East Coast, verbally and via email and text, you completely ignore and dismiss my request. Each of these have been documented in case you'd like to review. I feel the way you treat me in person via text and on the podcast itself is rude, belittling, and disrespectful. This is something I've not only been feeling, but has also been brought to my attention by strangers, followers, and friends, providing feedback about our dynamic, explaining you undermine me, put me down, and judge my stories, opinions, and overall way of living. This is not something I will be associated with nor tolerate. The precedent we have set in regards to the pressure to post graphics, TikToks, and get things done is toxic, unhealthy, and not ill-suited for our professional difference and personal lives. Traveling out to LA for 4 days at a time and having to put my life on hold is disrupted and no longer suitable for my goals. Traveling to LA has become too expensive, especially considering I have to find my own accommodations, ranging from hotels to friends' couches an hour away from the studio to hotels resulting in Ubers costing me over $400.
Pause.
You're not going to
offer her to stay at your house?
Yeah, like, that's terrible to me.
That's a red flag right there.
We do not have a large enough steady flow of income at the moment to justify any of the above. Let me be clear that I do not want to end this podcast, but it's something in my bones I feel we need to do. I've been grappling with ending the podcast since July. Our conversation in September gave me hope, but since then faded away yet again. I want to be a creator, podcast, and host influencers, etc. more than anything in the world, but I no longer see the longevity of Unhinged anymore, solely due to our relationships. At age 31, I'm not going to waste my time being a part of something that I've lost faith and trust in, something that is so toxic and is causing more stress than joy and success, something where I'm fighting with my business partner at all. It's just not worth it. We have now had at least 3 conversations where we try to fix things, and there has been no improvement. A merry-go-round business partnership is no way to function or get ahead in life. These conversations should only have to happen once, if that. I know who I am at this point in my life. I know what I want and where I want to be, and this in its current state is not it. As I have tried to come up with what I would say to you in this email, whether I would provide what it would take to continue this partnership or not, I really don't know if it's either of our best interests to continue this. But I would be remiss to not share my thoughts, aside from things I have said countless times before in regards to the accountability, respect, and regard for my time. Ultimately, what I realize is that we have to try to do this as friends. We have tried to do this as business partners with strict processes in place, but none of this is working. The only thing I can think this may salvage anything is if we drop all processes aside from episode launch protocol just to do the best and most we can individually without getting on each other's cases. Stripping away the pressure and stress, maybe just getting by and recalibrating until we can get into a place where this brings us joy again. That would mean posting, creating filler graphics where we can, posting TikToks when we can, reaching out to brands when we can on once a month basis, responding to emails when we can if there are important ones, recording more episodes during visits so we could space out the travel spend better, helping each other more than one person is busy, not texting outside of 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., booking studio times and flights rather farther in advance. I offer all these to not say we should. So that was the first email, basically.
So right then and there, it sounded like, and like I was just thinking about it when you were reading it. If Chloe just wanted to take the podcast, she already knows it's successful. So once she pays her out, she's gonna make that money back very quickly.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't you just pay her off and be done with it? I think, honestly, it seems like she likes the drama as well.
Yeah. So on January 8th, a brand had reached out to them via email. Yeah. And this was before she was locked out. And Chloe emailed the brand back. Okay. So Emma emailed her and said, Chloe, it's now been 5 days since I sent this email. I would appreciate a response before we engage with brands, alluding to disarray in our internal affairs. I also find the increase in engagement with our audience from your personal account in the broadcast channel and the recent personal tags you've added to your reels without responding to me to be extremely unprofessional and clearly self-promoting. We need to prioritize getting a plan in place in regards of our direction we take. Thank you, Emma.
This bitch is money hungry.
Literally.
Like, I don't know how else to explain it. She's literally just cruel.
She is. So, January 13th. Hello, Chloe. I hope you are staying safe and doing okay in LA. Chloe, on her podcast, went and said that she did not say anything about her being safe or anything like that.
Going back to last week's episode, this girl's Delulu.
Delulu's right. She said, please see attached for the notice of dissolvement agreement regarding notifying our audience. I think it's the best interest to post a story tomorrow morning in lieu of the episode. Suggested verbiage attached, letting them know we're taking a pause this week while we sort things out and get the agreement signed. We can announce the ending of the podcast the following Tuesday, January 21st, or in the following days with another story post with attached suggested verbiage. Please let me know by end of day today if tomorrow's story of the pause is good for you. So she gave her 3 different things.
Sorry, Papa.
Okay. One of them is like, if you'd like to keep up with Emma and Chloe, you can follow them at the accounts below. This podcast has been such a special part of our lives. Like, la da 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 da. Hi, Unhinged fans. We're taking a pause this week. That was for, like, that email for that Tuesday.
Like, oh, my God.
But then Chloe went on and posted on the Instagram account and said, hi, guys. We're taking a pause this week because of the LA fires. That's what she said.
I've tried to look at it at many different angles, and I understand, like, it's a business, and sometimes stuff like this does happen in, like, a partnership when it comes to a business. But, like, why did you have to add a bunch of drama into it?
Literally.
Like, I don't understand. Emma has literally offered so many times of, like, ways to do it, and she literally just won't. She's doing everything possible to make it difficult.
Yeah. So this is what the notice of dissolution said. So basically it said, ownership. As co-owners of Unhinged, we acknowledge the ownership of all podcast-related assets, including but not limited to its social media accounts, likeliness, branding, intellectual property, and any associated content has been shared equally 50-50 since the beginning. So, social media accounts. It says all accounts associated with the podcast operating underneath the handle that's Unhinged, including but not limited to Instagram, TikTok, Lemon, Spotify, YouTube, and any other platforms will be deactivated and or permanently deleted. This ensures neither party can continue to use or benefit from the accounts, the following, or any associated content.
Yeah, and that's what Chloe did. She literally... Okay, so... She deleted everything when she made it into Unbothered. But like Emma was saying, it still has all the reviews. It still has all the following.
Yeah.
So you did not do that from the start.
No. So then on January 17th, she emailed her the dissolution on the 13th, 4 days later, she said, Dear Chloe, despite my multiple attempts to resolve this matter, professionally and bring our partnership on the Unhinged podcast to a close, you have repeatedly ignored my communication and failed to honor our agreement regarding shared ownership of the podcast assets. As a result, I have no choice but to take action to protect the integrity of our shared platforms. To be clear, I have taken the step of changing the login credentials to our social media accounts to prevent further unauthorized activity from either party as a direct response to your actions until we can come to a resolution regarding the future of Unhinged. This is not my first nor preferred course of action. It says, I have made every reasonable attempt to avoid escalating this situation, but your continued lack of response and disregard of our agreement has left me with no other option. Changing the account credentials is a necessary step to protect both of our interests. If you wish to regain access to these accounts, I'm happy to provide you with them with the necessary credentials. Please set up a time for a phone or Zoom call to ensure secure transfers of information, and we can align on the future of the podcast and its assets during it. Okay, so that's
no answer.
Next day. Didn't. That's when she changed the things and everything like that. So then...
I'm sorry, right then and there, she knew what she was doing and what her intention was.
Oh.
She was like, she's done. Okay, that's fine. I'm keeping this podcast for me and I'm going to succeed off of it.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit. It fucking pisses me off.
So by this time, Emma has dropped her new podcast.
Yeah.
She didn't start her first episode talking about this. Like, she waited. Like,
she should have.
She should have. And
I would have been spiteful.
But she didn't want to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but after her ex-co-host is treating her like this over and over again when she tried to be the bigger person, at that point, fuck you.
So then, Chloe finally answers her on January 27th. Hi, Emma. I'm perplexed and sad that we are here. I received your email on January 3rd and was caught off guard. Instead of immediately responding, it was important to sit with it. I think about what I wanted for myself and Unhinged and then provide a fair and measured response. I thought that was reasonable, especially since you didn't respond to my earlier text sent days prior to trying to make things work. Instead of giving me a moment to breathe, you immediately escalated things as I was literally evacuating my place from the fires. You didn't take a minute to see if I was okay, but you were happy to create your own Instagram fundraiser for the fires and uses Unhinged's IG to promote it. Like you, I struggled with how to respond after you initially locked me out of the social accounts I set up, started a new podcast, and defamed me on multiple occasions. It's clear there's no making things work. Instead of getting into all this happen between us, I think it's important to figure out a path forward so each of us can move on, prioritizing our respective health and happiness. I don't contest that we jointly own the episodes we created together, but I came up with the name of the podcast. I set up the accounts. I never assigned them to you, and therefore they belong to me. If there is any revenue that I've received from the podcast we record together, I will account to you and send you your 50% share. In addition, and in exchange for a multiple release where, among others, we agree not to disparage each other, I will pay you either option 1, 15% of revenue from brand deals for the rest of Q1, or option B, option A. I said option 1. Option B, 50% of revenue for the next 3 brand deals. I make this offer to Peace. Yeah.
And make these brand deals absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
So she gets nothing out of it.
Exactly.
Because all the power is in her hands at that point.
I make this offer to peacefully settle this dispute, which will hopefully help you continue to build your too much while I have the opportunity to separately continue with Unhinged. Please let me know by the end of Wednesday. I'll have an agreement draft that sets forth the above. She answered and said, Chloe, I will review your claims and proposal with my attorney. Expect my counter proposal next week. In the meantime, all Unhinged accounts shall remain inactive until the matter is resolved and agreed upon by both parties. Chloe answered, I'm glad to hear you're open to working this out amicably. I am as well. I will be resuming my workflow shortly, which will require posting. I will also need to address my side of the story as you have shared about me. Given the urgency of the situation, be in both of our interests to resolve this as soon as possible. To that end, we need to come to a signed agreement by Monday night. I will send over a contract for you to review shortly. That was January 29th. 30th. Sent her about 50-50 partnerships. She's about her, she said, as I work to prepare my counter proposal, I need to regain access to every account that I'm 50% owner of. Please respond to this email by end of the day and with all the login credentials. Never sent it. Following up, you need to send me the login credentials to our shared account. And then she posted, unbothered. Totally unbothered. On the page. So let's scroll down. You can't even hear. It's with some girl.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a new co-host.
Yeah.
And apparently, their setup is the exact same. It's just different colors.
Yep.
Apparently, the new Unbothered logo is pretty much the same color as Emma's new podcast, Too Much. Mm-hmm. They resemble each other. At that point, you already did what you did. You don't have to be a bitch about it.
Exactly. And first episode was talking about her, put everything on it. I guess, like I said in the beginning, I just guess it's different because they didn't know each other. But, if this were to ever blow up and, become this big thing, I could never see myself doing that. Yeah, me neither.
I don't know, if that's different because, we're already friends and already had, a long-term friendship. But, I could never see myself doing that.
Me neither. I would feel so fucking guilty.
Yeah. But, like I said, I guess it's different because they didn't know each other. And first of all, you're fucking... How did they even decide to do this podcast together?
That's what I want to know.
Where did this just drop out of the air?
Mind you, they're, in their late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah. So, did one day, the podcast fairy come and knock on their door?
I don't know.
To start a podcast together?
And, on all the Spotify accounts, all their episodes are gone.
Yeah, she deleted everything, but when I was listening to Emma's podcast, she was like, but the reviews are still there. And what do people do when they look for new podcasts? Look for the reviews. So if you go on and see this has 500 on the reviews, all 5-star reviews, has an overall 4.9 rating, you're going to listen to it.
Yeah.
And it's all those comments and reviews were from Unhinged.
And that's like the same with their Instagram. All those people followed Unhinged, not Unbothered.
Yeah, because of the two of them. People went there, subscribed, followed, like I said earlier, for the two of them.
And, like, girl, you had Unhinged. You made a podcast named Unbothered. It's totally unbothered. But, like, it's basically the same fucking thing. Unhinged and Unbothered are, like, the same fucking thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. She was so fucking bitchy and was a big you-know-what.
See you next Tuesday.
By doing all of that, like, just rubbing it in her face more and more. Like,
yeah.
Why must you act like that?
And the fact that, like, Chloe was like, you started, too much. Well, bitch, yeah. I haven't heard from you in a month.
Well,
when I'm trying to do this shit, like.
This is why, as we're doing it right now, contradicting myself, this is why you don't get into business with people you know.
But you don't know. They don't know each other.
No. Yeah, no, you're right. They don't know each other, which really keeps throwing me off.
Me too. Like, it threw me off a lot. Like, I was like, what?
Because, like, you should know each other.
But I think it's crazy. I'm Team Emma.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Definitely go watch Emma's, like, story. Like,
yes. Oh my God, it was so good.
It was really good. I literally, like, I've watched their podcast, like, here and there, but, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big podcast, because I don't, like, my car, you can't listen to anything. So, like, I'll listen to podcasts here and there, but I also like to watch them, too. I'm more of, like, a visual. Like, I gotta watch them.
Yeah.
So, but, like, I saw this on, like, the clip on Instagram, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, because, like.
When you sent it to me, I was like, what are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me you don't want to do a podcast anymore?
No, I was like, you need to watch this. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, I literally was, like, so intrigued. Like, I literally brought my phone in the shower, and I, like, I was that intrigued about it. Like, I was just so fucking intrigued. I was, like, wild. What was our last question we did? Did we do what you think about?
Something about friendship.
Okay. All right. We're going to do some questions. What do you think about when you are alone? This is from Anonymous.
A lot of stuff.
My mind is like 50,000 racing every day.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I think about.
Yeah,
what I'm going to do, how my day's going to go, what I have to get done.
Yeah, it's like what I have to do, when I have to do it by.
Like, my brain's like there's a little mini squirrel and it just.
Yeah, it just.
Rumbling around.
Or like a hamster in the wheel, and it just.
Literally, that's literally it.
Yeah, a lot. There's like no pinpoint
at all. No. Just found your podcast and I love it. It reminds me of Alex Earl and her sister, and they used to podcast together. Oh,
that's a big compliment.
That is a big compliment. I like truly appreciate that. Thank you.
I don't think we're that great.
No,
thanks.
Definitely not as pretty as Alex Earl or Ashton.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
It's from Madison. If you could be on a TV show, which one would it be?
Gossip Girl. 100% Gossip Girl.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say that or One Tree Hill.
Oh, Gossip Girl.
No, I think Gossip Girl.
It would just be so much fun.
Like, they were, like, 16 years old going to clubs and bars and, like.
Having, like, friggin', like, valet pick you up, like. And not even that. I just think it would be so much fun. Like, trying to figure out who Gossip Girl was.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like it would be so much fun. I feel like
another good show I would like to be on is Dexter.
I've never watched it.
Dexter's good. I'm trying to think what other shows I really like that are like that. But, like, reality TV show-wise?
Reality TV show? Probably Big Brother.
Yeah, we've always said we wanted to go on Big Brother.
But, like.
Big Brother sucks now. It's not as good as it used to be.
Like, I just feel like I wouldn't know what to do in there. And, like, there's a customer from my work that was on Big Brother, and he comes in all the time. And he literally, like, he tells me stories about it. I'm like, that literally sounds like straight hell. And his season was a very controversial season. And, like, a shit show, basically. But he'll like tell me stories about it, and I'm like, this sounds like a freaking shit show.
You know.
Like, I don't think I'd want to do that. Because you literally fucking go crazy. Like, you can't talk to anybody but the same 15 people for, like, 3 months.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
That's like with all the reality TV shows. Like, you can't have your phone.
Yeah, no.
Which I don't know how people do it nowadays. That's probably why the cast on all these shows suck, because they're a bunch of weirdos.
If I was single, I'd like to go on Love Island.
Oh, my God. I used to say... like forever, I'm like, when casting comes around, if I have a single friend, I'm signing them up for Love Island. But every time casting comes around, I don't have a single friend to sign up for Love Island.
When I was single, there was a reality TV show that we were going to sign me up for, and I was like, no, I'm too scared. I don't think I can do it.
I just want to, I don't know.
Like, that'd be just
I feel like now I'm like, I want to be on TV, but I feel like if I get there, I do the one in the corner that just cries the whole entire time.
Me too. That'd be me. And then I'd get too jealous. Like, I can never go on The Bachelor. Fuck that.
No.
I don't even like The Bachelor. I don't like The Bachelor. No. Everybody said this season of The Bachelor sucked, actually. But
not even that. Like, all the shows now are literally the same.
Yeah. Next question is most random fact you know.
Let's test my knowledge.
I feel like I don't really know facts like that.
I don't know a fact, but I can make a really good acai bowl.
I can make a really good acai bowl. Yeah, no. This is why we're blondes and
doing great.
Don't really have thoughts.
Yeah. I'm not a factual person.
Me neither. I've never been a factual person.
I'm very, like, gullible.
Me too. Like, you could tell me something so, like...
and I'd believe it.
And I'd be like, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, no, Marissa. And I'm like, okay. Bye.
Yeah. No facts here.
Yep, no facts.
Our fact is that we don't have a fact.
The fact we know is that we don't know any facts.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Fun fact. I feel like if it's like a topic is brought up, and then I know like that fact, like a random fact.
I don't know anything.
I feel like I can't just like top of my brain. I feel like I've been like getting dumber as I get older. That I'm not in school anymore.
I don't think it's that you get dumber. I just think you don't remember a lot of things because as you get older, you learn more knowledge. So like your brain has to expand, so you can't go and dig into and find that file.
No, like I literally feel like
that was a good explanation.
That is, but I feel like I'm getting dumber as I'm like not in school. Like I literally said to Nico, I think I need to go back to school so I can get smart again because like I feel stupid half the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
But I ain't go back to fucking school.
Yeah, but I just go along with it.
Yeah.
I ain't paying for school, so I ain't going back.
Me either.
Fuck a master's degree.
Fuck a master's degree is right. Right. Right on the nose. Alright. Well, I think that's all for today.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Quick, sweet, short episode.
See y'all next week!